mornings. I've been doing this for 6 months. Everything's been set up, and my first cable went on me today after 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the main camera too. Damn. Thank God I had a backup though. All right, we're back on the set, back on the scene, crispy and clean.
Yep, crispy, clean, and fresh.
Crispy, clean, and fresh. All right. I'll just count it down, and then we get into it. We'll have a nice conversation.
Yeah, I should mainly look at the camera, or
No,
you,
you
a little
just
bit
have
of
a
both?
conversation. Unless you want to to address the camera, that's your camera.
Nice,
Unless you
okay.
want to get into it with the people of America. Or
Yeah.
Jersey.
Right.
All right. We look good. Right. 3, 2, 1. Well, we are back with another episode of the Mr. Big Mouth Show. It's episode, if you're keeping track, you keep track, because I don't know which one it is. It's like 10, 11, 12, 15. I don't know. So I have a very interesting guest today. I got a booking last week. Said Peter Salib is coming in. I have no idea who he is, what he does, but I take everyone in. We see what we're about. So he runs a very interesting passion project. Am I getting that right, Peter?
Yeah, it's a passion project.
Passion project. I'm going to let him tell him who he is and what he does, but I just want you to get ready for this, because this is different. This is fun. Tell him, Peter, who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, so I'm Peter Salib. I'm a Jersey guy, specifically a Central Jersey guy. It does exist, okay? And what I'm doing is a passion project, aka community project, called Old Time Eatery Guide.
Okay.
So I do a fair bit of travel. I go to a lot of conferences across the country, mainly for work and other reasons. And I'm really into burgers, specifically old school burgers when I travel. So this started before all the AI craze really started, right? So I was using the traditional tools to kind of curate a list of old school restaurants. So I have my own resource
Okay.
to find these old school restaurants, burgers specifically, when I go out and travel. So when I would go to Austin, Texas for South by Southwest, I would Google oldest burger, Austin, Texas, and a lot of the times I would just get results that seemed like it was just the closest or the most trending or the newest or, any other parameter except like the oldest.
Okay.
And I found like Yelp also wasn't very helpful for me to find old school restaurants. So I created my own kind of curation process to find them. So a lot of people ask me, well, what makes a restaurant qualified in criteria to be old school,
Sure.
to be on your list? How do I get on your list, Pete? How old do I need to be? So I had to think about that, right? And so for me, that meant how do you actually become a staple in your community? How do you become like truly established in your area and become in the conversation that says when you're traveling through this area, this is a must stop, right? If you're in the area, everybody must eat at this place.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So these are the places that I'm trying to provide a dedicated home to online. So
Amazing. So how does this kind of passion arise? Like, where does this come from? Like, what your love for old time eateries? And I love it. I think that's great, because there's a whole bunch of, and you're right. Google and Yelp, these are pay to play platforms, right? So most likely they've paid. That's why they're, seeing that. Generally, the older eateries aren't as savvy, right?
That's
If you've been
right.
around for 80 years, grandma, grandpa, and so forth,
right.
don't give a crap about Google.
Mhm.
So you're going out there, and he was showing me before the show how he's gone across the country, and you're like pointing out all the different places that he's right, are not on a map, right? Stop calling me. But are not on the map. So how do you find them? That's the question. Like, how are you curating? Because generally you go to Google, you go to all these places, that kind of gets you going. How is it just that because you travel so much, you're like literally going through these towns and wandering and saying, "Hey, look at this." Is it that easy, or is
It
there's
is.
a trick to it that you're doing?
A little bit of both, right?
Okay.
So I drove up here today from Central Jersey.
Central
So,
where?
Yeah, exactly. All right.
It's a Jersey thing, folks. All right. Nobody has no love for Central Jersey. You kind of just drive through it. Anyway, go ahead.
So while I was coming through, first one I passed White Manor.
Okay.
All right,
sure.
so I said, okay, there's gonna be some old school spots in this area. So I kept my eye open, and as I'm driving through, I passed by P&L,
Mm-hmm.
right, grill, which we talked about, which
Yep.
is one of the old school ones, and also the other one that just became a steakhouse,
Coach
right?
House.
Coach House. That's
Yeah.
right. So a lot of the times when I'm driving by, or even I'm in New York City and I'm walking by,
Hmm.
on the facades, on the street signs, in the windows, some of these places, most of these places are including established 1983 since 1975.
Yeah.
Right? So these monikers are part of their signage and their marketing, even their logos
Hmm.
sometimes, and that's the first way, the quickest way to identify them. And then another way is I ask
Sure. Old
everybody I
school.
meet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to, hey, where do you live? Okay,
Yeah.
give me one or two old school spots.
Yeah. It's funny you say the White Manor. I was there last week with my wife, and you sit in there, and it's the old school. And I brought this up, and it's great. They have the round counter, like they make the burgers. They're, if you know
Right.
White Castle, they're like the original White Castle. They
Yep.
White
The
Castle
OG sliders. Yeah.
OG sliders, right from 50 plus years ago, or something like that. But they have an old school counter where you're forced to like look at other people and communicate. It's wild that these older eateries were community centers,
Mm-hmm.
right? For all intents, because there wasn't 8,000 things to do. There weren't
Right.
pop-up shows like there are now. You went to a restaurant, you went to a store, a church was a community center, or, whatever, a religious place. That was it, right? So everything was designed for people to, communicate, be a community. Um, when you visit all of these places, what are some of the designs of some of these older eateries that aren't used now? Like I just gave the round counter. Is there something sticks out to you?
Yeah, I mean, some neon signs,
Yes.
right? The checkerboard tiled floors, right? Black and white,
Mm-hmm.
right? That classic Americana diner look, right? With the red stool and the wraparound and the stainless steel with some neon and the checker tiles, or even the tin ceilings,
Yeah.
right? With the decorative.
Yeah.
These are a lot of the looks that I see, and then besides that, you got like kind of the grungy category of the old school ones that are just like tatted up in stickers, like layers of stickers
Yep.
and such. So there's different flavors that they come in.
Yeah, I love it. The White Manor has an old cigarette machine in the back.
Yeah.
And I look at it, and the price was like $6 a pack, I guess, when they decommissioned it. I'm like, oh, the good old days,
Maybe they got the real Lucky Strikes
And they
in
got the
there.
real Lucky Strikes, the filterless ones. Those are the real ones. That is great. Now, how old are you?
I'm 35.
35. And wow, you got this love for traditional kind of Americana style. I love that. Yeah, there is that is like the true like American culture. Now everything is so dissected and everything's in a compartment. That was when, everybody was everybody, and everybody had like a shared culture. I had this conversation with the rocker guy that was here yesterday, how it was a shared culture. And that's what these places are wonderful for. So let's get to the specific restaurants now. And you said you've been to a lot of them, right? Give me, and so people can learn, give me, and this is subjective to what you like, obviously, but your top three that
Yeah.
you've been to. What are the top three? And tell me why, starting like with three, why they are the top three. What makes them the best of the best in your mind?
Yeah. NJ specific, New York, or national?
Since this is a global show, but we do community. So do New Jersey, New York. That's a big audience right
Yeah.
now here.
Yeah, so for sure, I'd say the first old school restaurant that I went to that I appreciate, that I still love, White Manor right here on Tennelle.
Yeah.
Amazing story with the World Fair, and all that, and close ties to like Michael Tyson, right, the famous boxer. So
Yep.
right across the street with Ringside, same owner. So just a fantastic story, fantastic history. A lot of celebrities coming into place, and aside from that, the food is just like fantastic. You were just there last week, right?
Yeah.
So
It's a White Castle that doesn't revisit you the next day. That's all I'll say. I'll leave it at that. Go ahead.
yeah, absolutely. And then another one is actually going to be in Newark, Krug's Tavern, right? That one is from 1932, family owned, same family. I think it's third or fourth generation owned right now. The food is absolutely fantastic. Really, really fantastic wings. Definitely.
Where in Newark? Like on the Ferry Street area? Where are they exactly?
Yes, that's on Wilson Ave. So that's gonna be, if I'm looking at the map, I got them here now. Yeah, right in Newark, Wilson Ave, which is kind of not far from the Ironbound area.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's typically in Newark the place where you find the best restaurants. Doesn't makes complete sense that it would be there. Crook's what is that? Crook's German? Is it a German?
I think Irish
Irish.
esque.
Okay.
Yeah, Irish esque.
Now is that the flavor of the food, or are they doing kind of
It's like Americana.
okay? Because
Yeah.
you're looking for burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. And what else we got in Jersey?
So the other one that I really love actually is an ice cream spot
Mm.
in Newark
Okay.
called Nastos. It's a
Nastos.
Portuguese, right? I believe also in the Ironbound area, 1939. Some of the best ice cream you can probably have in this area. And because I'm from Central Jersey, I got to mention this. Nastos is opening up. Tomorrow is their grand opening. Their second location, and I believe it's their second location, right in Woodbridge, New Jersey. So it's going to be super close to me. So I'm ecstatic that I don't have to go 30 minutes up to Newark to get my Nastos ice cream.
Oh, you're gonna put on some weight. I
I'm
know.
gonna put on some weight. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm
If-
signed up for the grand opening, so
You're signed up. How do you? That's great. You signed up. So and now that's curious that you say that I'm signed up for the grand opening. Now, it's an old school place that's opening up a new location. How are they? Because we have a lot of creators come here, very savvy, technical kind of people. What is and you're going to a lot of old school places. How are they? How would you say, like, rate them from like A to F, on getting familiar with new technology and promoting themselves? Those old school, your places that you're going to, have they picked it up yet? Is it half and half? Are they learning? Are they not? I mean, they've been around for 80 years, so they've seen all the trends, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be in the phone book. Oh, you got to be on Google. Oh, you got to be on AI, and they just keep chugging along 80 years later. Well,
Right.
what are their technical know-how, or do they even care? Do they have it? Do they have it like that where they don't have to give a shit about it? Then just the name alone gets people coming in there.
Yeah, a little bit. So actually, a lot of the owners do kind of put all their eggs in one basket in the terms of like people know our story. We don't need to market, right? People
Yep.
want to come here. There's lines out the door, and I think that's kind of the dream, right, of
Yeah.
every restaurant's owner.
Sure.
They're just so in demand.
Yeah.
They shut down early. We're out of stock, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the
If
best
only.
case scenario.
Yeah.
Right. So I think a few people do achieve that, but I'm not sure it's sustainable, right, for the long term. Eventually, hype dies down.
Sure.
And I think the technology, the new methodologies of operating a restaurant business, the growth, parameters that people focus on, you really need to kind of have like the new school approach for this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm seeing like a lot of the people who are inheriting these business from the
The
previous
younger
generation.
generations are starting to pick it up.
Right.
Yeah, sure. That makes
So
sense.
one star example, and another one of my favorite restaurants in Jersey would be Talercio's, down I believe in Red Bank
Okay.
from 1996 or 7.
Lots of good
1995.
restaurants in South Jersey. Well, it's the beginning of South Jersey.
Yeah.
It's like the tip of South Jersey. Very good, underrated, but great restaurants. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Fantastic sandwiches. Their Instagram is impeccable. Eric Talercio,
Mm-hmm.
who's running the joint there, right? It was started by his father, right? And he took it over and he went really heavy on the social media, letting his customers name sandwiches.
That's cool.
Right. Every new customer, when you walk in, you ring the new customer bell,
Yeah.
and everyone in the store will know that you're a new customer. So when you go and you check out, they're gonna come out with a nice big bowl of fresh fried raviolis, and they'll give you a ravioli or two. There's a long line of people in the queue to order, and people are waiting. They'll walk down the line with that bowl of raviolis. Everybody gets a ravioli. So it's a real kind of experience as well to be in Talercio's and to order, and like it's one of those like oversized sandwich type of places. So it's really cool.
What I love about the older places, so there's a place in Hoboken called Piccolo's. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a old school steakhouse, 40s, 30s. And they have all these different little traditions. And one of them is, and it's really cool, is when you leave a tip, the entire staff yells Subway.
Oh wow.
It bugs you out. You're like, what the hell does that mean? I don't know what it means, where it comes from, but it's those little things like that that makes you want to go there again. It's that, and correct me if I'm wrong, the difference between some of the newer places and the older places is the customer service. That doesn't really exist the way it did before. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the allure of these places that I love going to them. Is that something that you notice also when you're going in there? That just a little bit, because like I said, they're older. That's how you make your name, right? By being nice to you become like you said, a part of the community.
Yeah.
How do you become a stable mark? By remembering people's names, their birthdays, their kids. You know, you get that feeling as you visit them across the country. I'm just familiar with it in Jersey, but
There have been a few places where I visited repeatedly,
and they know you.
Yeah, and because I do make an effort to become friendly with the staff and the ownership.
Yeah, that's kind of missed in the worlds of Applebee's and whatever, all the chain restaurants.
Yeah, you wanna go in a place where everybody knows your names, right?
Right.
Cheers style.
It's sheer style. It sounds cliche and corny, but it's true. It feels good. You're like, oh, they know me, especially the way things are, how expensive they are. At least treat me nice.
Yeah, but James, for the other side of the counter, they can't remember everybody
Sure.
either, right? And when it's busy, it's busy.
Yeah.
Right, so sometimes you just got to go to the counter, buy your donut, and be on your way. Right, you can't sit there and get the full history, get the full lowdown. Right, not everybody wants to be on camera.
Sure.
Right, so when I go into these places and I've got my tripod and my camera and my mics, right, not everybody. It's not always the best time right now, and not everybody wants to be on camera to give you the historical story and the walkthrough.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just need to read up the story myself and do my own video without participation
Okay.
from the place, just because a lot of the times it's not pre-planned, because like I mentioned, just walking down the street, I see a place, I'll just walk in.
Yeah, and then you start going at it.
Oh, yeah.
And I run a social media agency, and I work with a lot of businesses, and this is a problem with the businesses, the older businesses for that matter. If you see someone coming with a camera and he wants to give you free press, never say no.
Yeah.
Ever say no, right? I confront that. Like, I've gone to places where I want to cover them. I'm gonna, reach out, and I'm not some big guy with 1,000 quadrillion followers, but I have some influence, right? And they're like, well, I don't know, maybe, like, don't ever say no. All publicity is good publicity. But that's the other thing too with the technology. And to go back to something else you said at the very beginning of the show, which I want to clarify. You said before AI, you started developing this. What does AI have to do with what you're doing now? What do you mean by that?
Yeah. So, and maybe we could put some B-roll footage of the map in the video so people can see what it means, so it'll make sense. So what I mean by the technology is to make a listing, right? Like I showed you of one of these old school restaurants, I need images. I need to categorize them. I need to say that this is pizza, it's Italian, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
I need the description of the historical story, and I need their links to Google Maps, to Yelp, to their actual website, and there are actually other parameters that I've collected. So when I find a place like P&L Pub and Restaurant Grill, that's how I start, right? All I know is that
name.
place looks old.
Yeah.
Right. Then I go and look, okay, well, now I found the year and their story. So now I still need to categorize them. I still need to write the description, et cetera, et cetera. So before AI, it was all manual. It was me literally Googling, writing, researching, right, curating. Right. And then now with AI in Google, I can very simply say P&L Pub and Restaurant
History.
Right. Tennelle started in what year?
Hold on. I want to pause you there. You could tell he's from South Jersey. It's not Tennelle. It's Tunnelly.
No way.
It's Tunnelly.
No
That's a
way.
South Jersey guy. There you go. I just want to stop you because I know you're traveling around.
Yeah.
And these North Jersey are going to go, what the hell's he talking about, Tennelle?
Interesting. That's the first time I heard that.
It's Tunnelly Avenue. Buckhead, I'm sorry, continue.
You guys do it different up here.
We do a little different.
Yeah, just like Metuchen. If you ever heard of Metuchen?
Yeah.
Metuchen.
Is it Metuchen?
It's some Native American thing.
And I always called it Metuchen.
I still call it Metuchen.
Yeah, I know. Stop touching me. All right.
So, yeah. Tunnelly.
Tunnelly.
Yeah, Tunnelly.
Nice. Tonell. In fact, me and my friends, we have fun with words, and sometimes we say it Tunnel. I'm going on to Tunnel, but it's Tunnelly. I just had to say.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just don't want you to keep saying it because some North Jersey people are
I'm
like,
gonna get roasted in the comments.
You are exactly. North Jersey people are like, what the hell is he talking about? Tunnel.
I'm ready for it. I got thick skin. I can take it. I'm a Jersey guy.
Yeah, Jersey. He means well. Be nice. I'm sorry, you were talking about the AI. I got ahead of
Yeah,
that.
so now with, the AI summaries built into Google search, now I
Yeah.
can just ask my questions more directly and it'll give me the answer
Yeah.
versus I have to click through to their website link and then go to their About Us, and that's where they have their historical story. And then I take that and then I spin out my own version.
Okay.
So now instead the new workflow is I can basically just find a bunch of old school spots, put them in a spreadsheet, and now I use AI within a spreadsheet, and I can have prompts that reference cells. So now to make my description, right, or make any of those other parameters, I start by referencing the name of the restaurant and the address of the restaurant, which I grab from Google. With those, I can find the Yelp link. Then with those three, I can find the Google Maps link. And then with all of that, I can create the categorization. And then with all of that, I can create the description. So each layer uses all of the previous
Oh, wow.
information to build on the next layer of information. So I end up having a complete set of info for a listing.
I see. Now, to everybody watching, I'm a marketing tech nerd. Obviously, he is. He went into the weeds there. What he's saying is, get familiar with AI, everyone.
Yeah.
It's here. It's coming. Use it however you see fit. Whatever makes you feel good. What he's explaining right there, and to all my business owners, you understand Google SEO, right? SEO. Everybody knows that for all these years. Now it's the same thing for AI. Basically, you can do AI. I think it's AGO, GEO, whatever the hell it's
Right.
called,
That's right.
AIG, whatever it is. It's a version of that, and that's what he's talking about right there. Is basically, creating his own little search world with using AI and also develop copy and content. All right, we've nerded out enough. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
they're crossing their eyes at us right now.
Back to the food.
Let's get back to the food. Time out. Hold on. So you got the three places. I like that you have an ice cream place that's one of your top three. You said a trigger word before that I didn't stop you. I didn't want to interrupt you, but donuts, a trigger word for me. I love donuts.
Nice.
So give me in Jersey or New York for that matter, one of the best old school donut spots you visited. Are there any
yeah.
left?
Yeah, there are. You probably got to make your way up to Brooklyn,
Okay.
and go to Peter Pan. Peter Pan's Donuts.
I've heard of that
up
place.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's one of the legendary. They're doing it old school. They're closed early. I've tried to get there at like a 1 p.m. and like no more donuts.
Yeah.
Right.
They're there 3 a.m, firing up everything, cooking, getting everything in
Yeah,
the
they've
dough
got
ready.
like a set of the basic donuts, and they got like those, insane decorated kind of specialty donuts.
Yeah.
So they kind of go from the very simple, old-fashioned style to kind of the more new school, decadent style as well.
Decadent, that's a great word. Yeah, because they just throw everything on it. It's like, oh, put some sprinkles and some chocolate and some Reese's
exactly. You got
Pieces and that.
Fruity Pebbles on
Fruity,
it.
Fruity Pebbles, it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, I love a good donut, and especially now that we're getting into the holiday season here, it's just it's weight season. It's putting on weight season, and donuts. We've talked about you look for burgers. That's your kind of your thing. Any other particular food that people are sleeping on in the New Jersey, New York area that doesn't get any love, a particular kind, a particular cultural food that you don't really hear much about, but that you can confront with? It's always the Spanish food and Americana food and stuff like that. But in your travels, have you come across something like, this is unique, this is different, this is, I don't know, Istanbulis type of delicious food? Look, he's going to the map. I
Yeah.
love that. He's like, let me
do.
go take a look.
Yeah,
I love stumbling
I
on
have a
different
spot.
cultural foods. You're like, wow, I didn't know they made food like this over there. Damn.
Yeah. So right here in Jersey City from 1992, you have Little Guapo. Little Guapo.
Little Guapo.
Okay, that's a Filipino joint.
Yes.
From 1992, old school Filipino, right? We're talking dishes like adobo, kare-kare, palabok, right? All really traditional food items in that world. So that's most definitely an underrated one. I recently went to San Francisco
Okay.
for some events, and in San Francisco, one of the big food categories, a lot of it is old school, Burmese.
Burmese. Okay.
Burmese food. And it's kind of special because Burmese food, we don't really have Burmese restaurants up here in the East Coast. I'm not going
No.
to say that we don't have any, but we don't have a lot, right? Over there, it's kind of a specialty, a San Francisco specific thing.
Okay.
And so Burmese food comes from Burma. Burma nowadays is called Myanmar. So the type of food from Burma is kind of a three-way fusion between Chinese food, Indian food, and Thai food. So at this restaurant, you can get like a curry dish, a noodle dish, or like kind of orange chicken, right? Type
Are they
stuff from the
and with
Chinese
the
side.
spices kind of they bring the flavor like that?
Yeah,
with the
yeah, the
hot?
level 1 through 5
Woo!
type of deal. Yeah, and they have some very unique kind of Burmese specific things outside of those kind of fusion
Sure.
categories. So one of their main things would be like a tea leaf salad. So it's like a minced pile of tea leaves in the center with like a bunch of different like nuts, pine nuts, cashews, and different things. And then do like a table side mix with some fresh squeezed lemon. Really, really fantastic mixed texture salad. Super unique.
It is. I've never heard of that before. Go Burmese. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. So you got Burmese over there. You've got Filipino over here. Another Jersey special I think is kind of slept on. I think it's hot dogs.
Okay.
Right, they're kind of like traditional. Like I don't know, maybe it skeeves some people out. Right, it's kind of borderline mystery meat in one way or another.
Yeah.
So I think hot dogs in general don't have like the best rap, but like they kind of have this like very ingrained love for them.
We have the
in
in
certain
here
people.
Hiram's in North Jersey here.
That's right.
It used to be a huge thing. It was Hiram's, and literally directly across the street was Callahan's. Callahan's went corporate. You blew it. You blew it. They tried to go and franchise
You
themselves
call it
out.
Hiram's? I thought it was Haram's.
Haram's. Well, there you go. How an Egyptian would say it. That's how a white boy from Jersey says it. Hiram's.
How did you know I'm Egyptian?
I don't know. You got the look. No, you told me. But yeah, that is and they used to be all over the place. You're right. It was a switch over. It's the health conscious stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when the country started getting more health conscious, the hot dogs kind of same thing with burgers for that matter. I mean, every other you couldn't spit without hitting a burger joint
Right.
back in the day, and then everybody's like, I got to eat healthy and I got to eat water, bottled water, and that, you know how it goes. But yeah, they're still good, and it's not mystery meat. I like to call it meat in casings. It's excellent. It's and they're tasty and they're good. Another spot I hit a lot. Central Jersey. What's a hot dog spot down by you? That's good.
Yeah, I think we have one called Dave's Wieners or something like that.
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen that sign.
Yeah.
Is it Dave's Wieners? I don't know.
It's something like that. It's like a basic first name.
Yeah.
Wieners.
Yeah.
I gotta double check my map here. But yeah, they have. It's a chain, but it's old school.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried it before. It was nice. I think I would be more interested in taking a trip up to somewhere like Rutt's Hut
Mm-hmm.
and get myself a proper ripper, which is like a deep fried dog that's like cut up a little bit.
Yep.
So you get like these wedges of like very crisped edges and all that.
There's only like a good Italian dog with the peppers and the onions,
Right.
and the roll, not the typical hot dog roll, but like
Yeah.
the bun. Oh,
Yeah. So now you just remind me of JJ's in Newark.
okay.
Food truck for over 50 years, runs around Branch Brook Park, and they just opened up a physical location maybe about 2 years ago. But one of my buddies has been telling me about JJ's forever, and he got me to go out with him. It was like a tradition between him and his father, and we went out there, and they have like a really great beanless chili, not super spicy, really good dogs, really good bread, just kind of like your typical classic like New York cart, right? But like on a food truck here in Newark. So that's one of the legendary. I mean, look, if you're selling hot dogs for over 50 years out of a truck, you got to be doing something right.
Yeah, yeah. They were the truck before the trucks.
Yeah.
That was actually, it's weird how things go in cycles, because that's how a lot of these food places used to serve, like on a cart, in a truck. Then they went, into the places, and now they're coming back around, and it makes so much sense to do it that way. It's just, you bring down the overhead, but not necessarily, because I shout out to Empanada Lady. I just friend of mine, she has a truck. A lot of these trucks now, they have kitchens, so they'll go out and cook in the morning, stock the truck on stuff I guess you can't deep fry or cook on a grill in a truck, and bring it out there. She happens to do empanadas. She's got to bake them and they're basically just keeping them hot on the truck and serving them. But it's truly a wonderful thing. It opens up the restaurant to people to be able to dip their toes into it. Like, I can't afford a lease for a building and $80,000, and no, get the truck, get a license, and rock and roll and go with it. To that point, trucks. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any? Because you're a burger guy. Is there any burger trucks out there specifically? I haven't seen one. That's something I always say that to my mom. Like, there isn't like a, not loving White Manor here, giving them a lot of love, but like a White Manor style feel on wheels, right? Like, there isn't something like that for burgers. Or maybe I'm wrong. You're the man.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I mean, I've seen some hole in the wall spots in the city
But
where
not
it's
on
just like a
wheels.
window, but
Yeah.
not wheels, not even a cart. Like the old school carts in New York that are like they're the halal carts.
Yep.
The hot dog carts. I'm
Mhm.
not, nobody's talking about burger carts.
No, not ever.
I'd say. I think for some of the spots, especially down in Texas, there are some burger spots that are now old school that started as a very simple, like, handheld wheeled cart,
Mm-hmm.
right? In the origin story, it was just a cart. Now
Yeah.
it's a full location. So it's usually just a blip in time,
Yeah.
when they're operating on a cart level. So that might be
Yeah,
an idea.
anybody looking to open up a cart or a truck, burgers. Figure
Yeah.
out how to do burgers really good because it doesn't exist. You got a lot of good sandwiches, sausage sandwiches. I can't remember the guy's name. They're another cart. They're out of Morristown. They got one in Hoboken now. They're really good, but it's all kind of different fusion. Spanish, American, whatever. But a good old burger, nah, doesn't exist. So
Yeah.
go make it
So
happen.
why I do all of this is because it kind of deeply upsets me when I see these places shut down
Mm.
and go out of business. And so I started this a few years ago. So pre-AI, but post-COVID,
Mhm.
right? So in the COVID world, all restaurants were hurting,
Sure.
all right? But the old ones specifically, who, like you mentioned, aren't up to date on the SEO and modern marketing strategies,
Mm-hmm.
they were extra vulnerable and extremely at risk for closing down. And that really shocked me because they've been in business for so long. So, I mean, I know there's ups and downs in business, but if you're in business for 60 years, I would imagine that you'd have some sort of foundation to survive a year or two of bad business, right? But I found out actually this isn't exactly the case, and they're
No, the
at
market
risk.
there's not. Yeah, restaurants in general have a minimal margins,
Yeah,
right? You got to have X amount of tables filled a day to break even.
right.
Period. It just is what it is. It's a volume business unless you're doing high end food, which obviously burgers are not. I mean, there are some high end burger joints. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
hole in the wall type of old school, they're going to generally be. Yeah, and I love the places. You found. I love this. I had no idea who he was coming in here. You're talking about my favorite subject, food. I love food, man. And this is a great
And this is an
conversation.
angle that nobody really talks about.
No, you're right. There's so much history to these places, right? That I always say this to my wife. The corporate restaurant scene, like if you look at like a McDonald's or a Taco Bell now, they're all gray, they're all dreary. There's no pop to anything. These places are that. They give you that. Like, you walk in, you're like, oh, I just walked into a time warp.
Yeah.
I'm in 1955 now.
Right.
I should be wearing a greaser jacket or something. You know what I'm saying? That is something, and I'm glad that you're bringing that to the forefront. Well, there's been a great conversation, Peter.
Thank you.
Is
Thank
there
you.
anything else you'd like to tell the people about what you're doing, anything coming up, what to look for, anything dropping?
Yeah, I would say we're working on a lot of really cool things. Overall, this is a passion project. This is a community project, and it's a preservation project. So we just lost another legendary hot dog spot in Manhattan called Papaya Dog.
The recession special, man. That ran for years. I love it.
Gone.
Oh, Gray's
gone.
Papaya.
Gray's Papaya.
Gray's Papaya. They're
right.
gone. They bankrupt, Chapter 11 type of thing.
Yeah. So
Place get me fed in college.
exactly.
It
Yeah.
really did for
And
like
actually,
$2.
that's some of the posts. Is recession's bad when Papaya Dog shuts down.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Right. So this is a very much a passion community preservation project, and so I would like to ask everybody that's seeing this to support this mission, support your local old school restaurant. Find them on my map. You can reach it from my Instagram. The Instagram is at Old Time Eatery Guide, just all exactly spelled normal. And keep an eye out for the events that we're going to be throwing through 2026. So we're going to be hosting Old Time Eatery Fest sometime in 2026, where it's going to be a 1 or 2 day food festival event, family friendly. Only old school restaurants will be vending. And so I brought this up, but I didn't give you my parameters. So what counts as an old school restaurant? How do I make your list?
Yeah.
For me, it's 30 years.
Okay, sure.
All right. If you're at 30 years
A
old or
generation.
more,
Yeah, basically.
yeah, you can serve 2 generations of a family. And
Yeah.
I think having that experience within a family, that's what helps cement you in the community.
1,000%.
Right. So 30 years is my cutoff. So Old Time Eatery Fest, 20 to 30 food vendors from New Jersey and New York, all coming under one roof, all old school, at least 30 years old, family friendly. We're looking to have not only old school food restaurants, but an old school like car show element just for entertainment. Maybe a retro video game section to entertain the kids and everything. Yeah, and then also some old school product brands. Like, for example, a lot of our favorite cheese brands making like Polio mozzarella, Belgioso. That's from, the early 1900s, late
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
1800s. Right? So I'll have all of these. It'll be a food festival with entertainment all around an old school theme.
That's beautiful. The idea here at Big Mount Studio is to take this in. This is for step one, is to take this into a storefront, so people can walk by and see people shooting. People can walk in, and one of the ideas is to put an old. I don't know if you remember this, an old Woolworth style lunch counter in the place, so people can come and sit at the counter and watch people. Again, old school. It's a community thing. It's in this world of everything AI and technology. I don't think people realize that. Even more so now that need for connection is so important, to actually not touch in a bad way, but, be around other human beings, right, and have that connection. And I'm glad you're doing this, and I'm glad you started this. It's Old Time Eatery Guide at Old Time Eatery Guide on Instagram.
Yeah.
Any other social, or that's it? That's your main social
That's
platform?
the main one.
Okay.
That's the main one for now.
And I know you're working on the website right now.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. When it launches, it'll have that same, and I guess you'll announce it on Instagram, but it'll have that same name, oldtimeeateryguide.com.
Exactly.
This is great. This is a great conversation. I'm so happy you came by. This is the Mr. Big Mouth Show. Now, I'm going to do something. I should have done this at the beginning of the show. I did the first one yesterday. Big Mouth Studio. We have a lot of other shows besides Mr. Big Mouth. All right. We've got DJ Simply 201 at DJ Simply 201 doing Simply sessions. If you are in the culture in New Jersey, music, business, all of it, he's your man. DJ Simply 201. You got to check him out. We have Under the Stands with Kevin Mitchell. He's from Lower East Side of New York. Guys, he's got something going on. He's fun. He's a promoter. He does Media Mondays here at it's an artist showcase at Big Mouth Studio. But check out his individual podcast just launched. He had Reggie on from the Bad Boys and a director they're working on. Unpopular Opinion. We got a battle rap analysis show, and these guys come at it hard, like slices. They don't like you, they let you know. It's unpopular. When they say unpopular opinion, it's true to brand. They tell you things you don't want to hear, but it's a fun show, real. And the NYC show, graffiti artist from the Lower East Side, actually. It's kind of a Bob Ross meets graffiti art type of thing. He does work for you as he's talking to the guests, working on shirts, hats, sneakers. So subscribe, like, follow Big Mouth Studio on YouTube. Make sure you check out this podcast with Peter here.
Thank you.
At Old Time Eatery Guide. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, man. Pleasure. Appreciate it, James. And don't forget, it's Tonelli.
Tunnelly.
Oh
Tunnelly. Come on, Tonelli. You did it right. Central Jersey, man. It's why you guys get a bad rap, yo. I'm telling you. You guys are funny. Great show, man. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.